Warning: the Noaconlyfans podcast may include content not suited for non-mature audiences who can't take a joke. We would like to apologize to absolutely fucking nobody. Enjoy.
Welcome in to the No AC OnlyFans podcast with your host, Big Crispy, aka Big Simpin, aka Tyler Gump. Sitting across the table, like always, my main man, Christian Klein.
Hey, you forgot, aka Dr. River Dozer.
Oh, River Dozer coming soon, the new series.
Hey, we got a new series starting.
This man's over here looking fine as a dime today for his girlfriend's mother.
Hey, you got a show out?
Oh, yeah. She mentioned the podcast at all?
No, she didn't.
Oh, she didn't say anything about the little brown book?
No, she didn't, but I think she knows. I mean, she definitely knows.
Hey, it's better for her to know than not to know.
Hey, it ain't like you can't search us on fucking Google, find everything that we got.
I've noticed that. I love that. Now when you Google our names, like the first thing that comes up is No AC OnlyFans.
Exactly.
So it's like, oh, fuck.
My SoundCloud
really
comes up too.
You can't hide shit like that, man.
You
It
can't.
is what it is. So, you know what? You're out in the public.
Whatever. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, hey, I can say what I want to say. I can be myself. And I'm going to treat her daughter right. So, I mean,
Can't beat that.
what can you say?
Nothing's wrong with doing the right thing. You know?
You're
You
right.
can do you as long as you doing the right thing.
Exactly. I
Shit.
ain't got nothing to hide. I never have. I'm me to the T, baby.
Hey, that's all you can ask for nowadays in relationships.
Can we got to shout this out real quick. Apparently, Jelly Roll is in the hospital right now with heart conditions.
Oh, damn, what's going on with him?
He's got heart conditions. We got to say a quick prayer for him, everybody. Because that motherfucker he's a god on the mic. He's got soul in his voice, man. We got to say a quick prayer for him. I don't know if y'all are religious or not, but keep him in your thoughts and prayers. We need that motherfucker.
Can't get wrong with Jelly Roll, man.
Hell nah.
Especially when he puts out some good-ass music, bro. You can't,
Soulful good songs.
can't let it go.
Somebody save me.
I love that song, too. I was
Me
playing
too, bro.
it
Me
the
too.
other day. Anyways, like we did talk about, though, too, the Dr. Dozer. We shot our first skit,
Sure
pretty
did.
much. And we think we're going to turn it into a series, and we got big things come with it.
Hey, no, there ain't no thanking. We're turning it into a series.
I mean, yeah, it's coming, but I would love to do more shit like this. I think we can do. We're gonna get some people involved. We're gonna have to hire. If obviously go watch Dr. Dozer, River Dozer. It's gonna be out.
Episode 1.
Yeah, it's gonna be out. I'm gonna honestly, if you want me to upload it early, I'll try to upload it on Wednesday.
Hey,
We'll call it Wednesday.
a lot of twists and turns about to go on in Dr. Dozer.
Check it out if you have not checked it out already. It should already be there. And if you want to see more skit comedy like that, you got to keep following along with the No AC OnlyFans exclusive channel.
Hey, I mean, we'll give you a little insight, a little teaser of Dr. Dozer. You get to see your boy C. Klein as a mental patient.
A mental patient.
I'm pretty.
That's a good way to put it.
I mean, I play that as a good role because I'm fucking crazy as hell anyway. So, whatever. I played the part very well. A little funny, but a little serious. Y'all got to go check that out. Dr. Dozer episode 1.
Hey, hell yeah. And then, like we said, on the topic of some things we was wanting to talk about tonight,
Mm-hmm.
let's talk about it. Let's just get right into it. Them fucking EDM festivals.
The EDM community. We coming for you.
I mean, where's your starting off topic on this? I know it's something that you seem to be passionate about.
I'm not passionate about it. I've just been in the scene. I've been to multiple raves. I've been to Lost Lands. Shit, I mean, you just see some crazy ass shit up in that bitch.
Do you think that's my thing, right? Like, you have to be that type of crowd, you know, or whatever. And if you're involved with certain activities, it kind of makes it more enjoyable and shit like that. My thing is like, I know some people that be doing it, and they live some normal ass lives outside of that.
Bro, you be
but
so
when they go to the EDM festivals, they're a whole different person.
They be slutting the fuck out, bro.
Slutting the fuck out, be doing hella drugs and shit like that. And you just be thinking to yourself like, damn, bro, how do you just live your life like normal and just nothing ever happened? And then you go back to your 9 to 5 business casual, whatever.
They be doing X and Molly on the weekends with their homies and then going back to their jobs. I mean, whatever. Just like some people be drinking on the weekends, getting fucked the fuck up, and you don't know about it.
That is
Old
true.
Bill from work.
Oh my God,
He
man.
could probably go home, crush 12 Boost Lights, and beat his wife. Do you know about it? Hell no.
Until he don't show up on Monday and somebody's rumors start flying.
Till you see that mugshot on the fucking Jailbird magazine.
Did I ever tell you the story from that shit? Oh my God, this shit was hilarious as fuck. I walked into a liquor store one day, right? Of all things. And I was like, oh, damn. It was a Kroger liquor store of all places, And I was like checking out. I was getting some shit for whatever we were doing that night. I don't know if I was hanging out with you or who I was hanging out with. But I was checking out. They had self-checkouts out this one because it, nicer or whatever. You don't have to ring up at the counter. They had self-checkout, and I'm checking out, and like you said, the magazine is sitting right there up on the little fridge, where they usually have the drinks or whatever. And I'm looking at it, and I'm like, wait a minute, I think I recognize that person. And I pick up the magazine, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, I do know this motherfucker. And it was like a homeless guy from when I did security. Yeah. Him, his mother, and his brother all got arrested for attempted robbery.
Him, his mother, and his brother.
All got arrested for attempted robbery. They were all in the magazine. I was like, motherfucker.
My thing is, if them motherfuckers got arrested for attempted robbery, the thing that's playing out in my head is they tried to rob somebody, they got that ass whooped. Got sent to jail.
Maybe, bro. They were some drugs, bro. Like, they used to be drinking heavy, and they lived behind the Krogers that I used to do security at. So, like, they was all had a tent city back there, and I was like, when I seen it, I just was laughing. I was like, damn, bro, like, they really went downhill. You got to be extra special to be above, man. Like, it takes something else, man, to be that shit. You ever recognize anybody on any mugshots that like locked up or some shit?
But that reminds me of some label shit, though. As we was chilling, when the fuck was this shit? This was like that summer that when I was like my first year in college and I came back for summer. He was staying at this little hotel or whatever. I don't know what the fuck it was, apartment. It's right across the street from the Giant Eagle, and I'd come over to his house. I'd pick his ass up. He'd be like, just take me to the Giant Eagle. And I'm like, okay, whatever. Or maybe it was a Myers. It was one of them joints, whatever. So he was like, all right, park over here. This motherfucker would go up in there every Friday, and he would go up in there and steal like 5 bottles of shit. Like, it would always be Sunoco, the Shitty K joints, and some type of tropical vodka. I can't remember. Maybe it was Svedka, something like that. He would do it every week. And I'm like, bro, what are you doing? Like, you never get caught at this shit? He goes, nah, bro, I'll be coming up in here every other day doing this shit. I'm like, what?
They had to have his picture at some point in time, you would assume.
He moved away from there, so...
Shit,
well.
bro.
It is what it is.
You're lucky you was an accessory to robbery, some theft. Your car was the getaway driver.
Well, that car's long gone, and all I got to say is, I didn't know.
I didn't know nothing. I didn't see shit. I mean, I get it. I feel like, there's a point in time where stealing is justified.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Anything can be justified at some point in time if you are under the certain circumstances. But to steal, like my old boss, I remember telling you that, I don't know if you remember that story very well, but when I worked at the rent center, my old boss used to fucking go, I can't remember what she called it. She had a condition or whatever. This is what she said.
Oh boy.
Yeah, that's what all the bitches say. I got a condition for this crazy thing I do. That's another topic. But she was like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. Like, I just have to steal in every store I go into. It's like, it's just, she can't leave the store.
It's a compulsive thing.
Yeah, she can't leave the store without stealing something. This bitch would like on the clock. Like, so we worked, here's our store, and it was in a plaza, and like four or five shops down was a drug mart. That bitch would go into drug mart and steal shit every day while she was on the clock. You know, go in, buy cigarettes. She would steal a bunch of makeup and shit and then come back at our store. And I'm like, bitch, you're going to get caught one day.
She did she?
Well, not only did she get caught from there, but then she also got caught embezzling $12,000 from our fucking store.
Jesus.
That we was working at. And it ended up being more money. It ended up being like past $10,000.
And a rent center? That shit was showing up.
She was stealing merchandise and shit. Too,
Damn.
she was like delivering merchandise. So this is how they got her on all that shit. She was taking merchandise. She was signing up her family for shit. Brand new fridges, brand new stoves, brand new TVs, blah, blah, blah. She would take it to their house and then just say, oh, well, just don't ever answer the door again if anybody comes knocking. Don't ever answer anything. And she would pay them. She would pay them like $50, $100 to use their address and shit to deliver the stuff. Use a fake name and all that shit. And then just fucking get the shit delivered. And then you would never see it again. They never make a payment on it and you couldn't find them. Whatever.
How are you going to find somebody with the name's fake?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So and then they tied it all to her. Yeah. She stole a bunch. Dude, she probably stole like 10 TVs. Probably like 5 TV stands.
Damn.
Brand new washer and dryer set, brand new stove, brand new French door refrigerator, brand new living room suite. All this shit. Plus, she was taking money out the bank deposits. And this is how she got caught. I knew something was up. I was suspicious myself. You know what I mean? Because one day I was working and she, like, something happened with her son or whatever, and she left. And she's like, can you close the store down and do the bank deposit and everything for tomorrow morning? So I'm like, yeah, we had a little safe. We put it in that night or whatever. And I went to do it. And I noticed there's a bunch of deposit bags because we had like little plastic deposit bags you had to put them in.
Yeah.
They were all ripped up and shoved in the back of the safe. And I'm like, that's a little odd. You know what I mean? That shouldn't be a thing. So I go to take the deposit to the bank the next morning because she was off that day. And I'm taking the deposit into the bank and she's in the fucking bank depositing a large stack of money.
Oh my.
And I'm like, So I don't say anything, you know what I mean? She's seen me or whatever, and she was like, she just thought nothing of it, you know, like I was going to be dumb and didn't know what she was doing. And she was just like, oh, blah, 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 like, hope your day's going to go good or whatever. Be easy. If you need anything, call me. And I was like, yep. And just like acted like I didn't say anything. I didn't bring it up or whatever. First thing I do, I went back. I started thinking in my head. I called my brother because he was managing the store in Findlay. And I was like, hey, like, I need to run something by you real quick. Mm-hmm. Like, what should I do in this situation? Like, should I call Eric, our district manager? I was like, should I call him and tell him, or should I do some more investigating before I get a hold of him? And he goes, try to do some more investigating first. You know what I mean? Before you accuse somebody of something.
Yeah.
He goes, here, my brother had the information to access our security system because he used to run that store. He's like, here's the information to unlock it. He said, go in there in the cameras. Look on the cameras, get any footage you can, record it or whatever. And first off,
you was fucking kingpin of this shit.
So I was fucking running this shit, and I'm like in the security cameras. Here's the problem with having access to the security cameras. Did I find evidence of her stealing? Yes. Did I also find evidence of this bitch coming into work every day and changing in the store? Yes. I watched security tapes, and this bitch every morning was coming in her pajamas, changing into her clothes, butt-ass naked, up on the security cameras in the office, getting changed and shit. And I'm like, well, I got evidence, and I got evidence.
Why did you blackmail?
Why would I do that?
Because be like,
I don't want to know nothing.
You should have been like, well, let me skim a little bit off the top, or I'm telling.
I wasn't trying to get arrested to take to court, bro. She got a fucking felony for that shit.
Oh, she did?
Yeah, they charged her with a felony, took her to court. What do you mean?
Damn.
Fuck that. But
well, you could have quit and fucking.
But I had all that
some off the top. She ain't gonna say nothing about.
I had all that recording footage, and our other man, like, so there's 3 managers in the role, right? I was doing credit. She was the store manager, and then we had a female, whatever you call it, sales manager. Mm-hmm. And me and the female sales manager, kind of had a thing going or whatever at some point in time.
Okay.
Whatever, but then, she left me for her fiance.
Jesus. All right.
She was breaking up with him, and then we was doing our thing, and then she went back to him. Bullshit.
Right.
Anyways, that's not the point of the story. But she was also changing on the cameras with her. There was a couple times where they were both naked up in the office, and I'm like, I can't be telling my boss, like, hey, look at this footage. Like, you know what I mean?
Did you think they were attractive women or what?
I mean, they ain't bad looking, but I wasn't going to, like, screen grab it or anything. Like, they're not, like, it. The camera footage isn't that great. It's like, it's okay.
But you still see some titties.
But you can see what's going on. Yeah, and I was like, damn, bro, like, this is fucked up. Should I just
do it any?
No, I wasn't doing none of that. I was in the office. But I was thinking to myself, I was like, do I save this footage? Do I just let it keep going on? I have all this access to this shit.
Yeah.
There was some thoughts in my head about like, what should I do? But then I was like, if I tell my district manager, he's going to go back and look at the footage, and I know he's going to see them bitches naked, changing on the camera, because he's going to look at the same timestamps I did. So I was smart, and I was like, okay, I can save them the embarrassment from them being nude on camera. So I timestamped I just got the timestamps of when I seen everything going down, and I presented it to my district manager. He didn't believe me. For the first 2 months, he was like, nothing's going on. I don't know what you're talking about. Because the store was losing money every month for like a year, bro. And he just thought like our sales were bad. He's just like, no, it's just our sales are bad. Our sales are bad. That's why we keep losing money, blah, blah,
That's
blah.
how stores close up.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, right? So then he investigates the shit. Once I tell him I got whole cold hard proof, and there was some shit that went down when he was at the store, and he kind of caught her in the act, but he didn't know if it was real or not. So he was like, he came to me and was like, I think you're telling the truth. He's like, I'm going to have to do some more investigating. Please sit on this information. Don't tell a soul. And I'm like, all right, I got you, blah, blah, blah. And he ends up getting her fired and the the sales manager fired, because the sales manager was involved in it too. She was hiding it for her. And I didn't know that. And I had to thank for that bitch, so that I looked like an accessory to robbery and shit like that. Fuck whatever, looting. I don't know theft, whatever the fuck it is. Yeah, accessory to theft. And I was like,
grand larceny.
Everybody got fired, and I was the only one left standing.
Because you was part of the detective crew.
I know. So
Dr. Dozer.
Dr. Dozer, part of the detective crew. You're right. And I was left standing, and then my brother had to come from his store to help me run my store.
So you were managing it?
Well, I mean, it was like kind of in the air. Like, we didn't make a decision. I was never technically the store manager, but I mean, I was pretty much doing everything, you know what I mean, with my brother. And fucking me and my brother made a profit for the first month in like 13, 14 months of the store.
Damn.
We made a profit, and literally, like, we're all excited. We're happy, you know what I mean? Like, damn, like, we're turning this shit around. And our district manager walks in with the fucking the regional manager. And
the whole state, pretty much.
Yeah, the state, like fucking Ohio, Michigan, and like I think it was Indiana or whatever. Mm-hmm. And he walks in and he goes, "We're all gonna have to sit down and have a talk." And I'm like, "What the fuck's going on?" And then he was like, "We got to close the store down." He's like, "I'm proud of you guys for making a profit this month, blah blah blah." But he's like, "We lost too much money. Corporate wants to shut it down."
All because that bitch.
All because of that bitch, bro. So we lost the store.
You lost your job.
Yeah, and I had to take a settlements package. They gave me a settlements package, which was some bullshit. It was like $600 bonus dollars.
They gave you a fucking gift card to a Rent-A-Center. There's like 5 of those in the whole state.
So they gave you some bullshit.
Still got that shit?
What? Incentive package? What do you mean? It was $600. It wasn't a gift card. It was like $600, like cash.
God damn.
And I was like, yeah, that's what I said. I said, I just help you guys take down a fucking grand larceny over here. What do you mean? I get $600? I was pissed. But I lost my job, and then I had to work every single day until we closed the store down. You know how embarrassing it was to come to work every single day and like literally like watch all the shit come off your shelves and people take it and whatever. And like the last day, it was just the desk. It was just our front desk and like nothing else in the store. And I literally had to sit in there all day with my brother And we're just like, well.
They sold out of everything in the store?
Well, they were selling stuff, and we had to, like, run people and write shit off and, like, transferred it to the other stores.
Cheap up in there?
Oh, hell yeah. They were selling shit for cheap. I bought me a TV stand. I bought my own. It was like $100-something bucks. It was originally like $500. I bought it.
What about appliances and shit?
Yeah, they had appliances. They were selling everything, bro. If anything didn't get sold, it got transferred to one of the other locations.
Damn.
Pretty much. But they were selling shit really cheap. And I was like, damn, man. Like,
you still got that TV stand?
Yeah, it's up in my room.
Hell yeah.
But I was like, damn, man. Like, I felt like I did something good, and then it backfired in my face.
You should have just let that shit play out.
I was thinking
it was going to close.
I should have blackmailed.
That's what I'm saying. It was going to close anyway.
You going to suck my dick, or I'm going to tell?
No, you could have been like, I'm going to need 1,000, or I'm going forward with this.
I never thought about that. I could have done that, but the good in my heart, man.
Yeah,
I didn't want to see some shit happen.
Feel that.
So not only did she get charged a felony from Brandon Center, but then she also got charged from Drug Mart because she was stealing there, and they caught her over time. They had like hours of footage of her stealing, bro.
That's an easy case.
Yeah, so like your dumbass fucking was stealing hell of shit. And like that bitch is like, and this bitch had a pet pig too, which was funny. This bitch was real sleep. She was real white trash. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like real white trash. Like I went to her house that one time. We stopped out while we were working.
Of course you went to her house.
And I seen that pet pig. And dude, I'm talking about like, you know how people live shitty? I'm talking about there's pig shit all over the house and everything. It was disgusting. And then that's what I was like, man, this bitch, something's wrong with this bitch. But that's the type of people you see up there, up northern Ohio. You got them weird motherfuckers, man. And it's just some crazy shit. You know, you never know what's going down in the workplace. I guess, to all the people out there, if you see some shit going on, try to get you a little bit before you get a little bit.
Yeah.
Shit, nothing's wrong with that.
Get your shit wet before things get sticky.
What would you do if you was in that situation though? If you caught a coworker,
and
would you do it?
And a motherfucking rent-a-center? Oh, I would try to skip a little bit off the top.
What about your let's say your current location? What you're doing? Would you your current occupation?
It depends on how well I knew her, what evidence I had. The same situation, I'd have tried to get a couple racks out of it. I kept my mouth shut.
I feel like that's what I should have done longer and longer.
Shit, if it was a big time operation, I'd have tried to get a lot more.
Yeah. Could you ever go undercover? Say the feds came to you and was like, "Hey, we want you to go undercover."
Oh, I could do it.
In your workplace and blah blah blah. We're trying to catch somebody.
I could do it. I'm a talker. I get everybody to tell me shit.
That shit would be fucking dope, dude. I want to do some shit like that.
Me too.
It'd be fun. It'd be fun to be in a police investigation or some shit.
Hell yeah.
Until you get yourself killed or something.
Yeah.
Then it goes downhill.
I mean, you just got to watch your back for real. Okay, back. Another thing that we were talking about before. Let's just go ahead and crush that shit. Moral of the story. If you can get a little bit before things go bad, you better do that shit. That's all I got to say. So what was that? We were talking about this a little bit earlier about the state of Ohio has some type of deal with the Amish.
Yes, I wish this person was here to speak upon this. But a certain, someone that I'm pretty close with was telling me that during a class that she took in OSU,
State University,
that they went and did a tour of a local prison. Mm-hmm. And the prison warden took them on the tour and stuff. And somebody brought up the question of what happens if a female gives birth in the prison. What happens to the babies? Does it go to DFS? Blah, 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 whatever. And the warden was like, nope. She's like, what do you mean, nope? What happens to, what the fuck? You killing the babies or something? Nope. The state of Ohio has a deal with the Amish. And apparently, every time a baby is born in jail or prison, that baby is given to the Amish to grow up and live. And I was like, you're fucking pulling my chain.
There ain't no fucking way.
That makes no fucking sense. And she's like, I'm not fucking lying to you. I got evidence about this shit or whatever. And I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. And I'm like thinking to myself, like, what the fuck is the Amish doing? Are they running a sex trafficking ring?
Yeah, what kind of bondage slavery shit is this?
What is going on? Like, is that how they keep reproducing? Because I feel like, growing up with no technology and shit, like, you might lose a couple children every now and then. You know what I'm saying? But how do they distribute the babies is my question. Do they just go to the same family every time and say, here you go, here's another one? Or do they like, oh, you got one this week, you can't get this one. We'll give it to the next one.
That reminds me of something. I had this professor, a criminology professor in West Virginia. She actually went to Ohio State. And there was this, she was like a big advocate for human sex trafficking. And she spoke Russian, right?
Oh.
And she was like a TA or something at Ohio State at the time. And basically what happened was they went in a barn somewhere around Zanesville, and they found a bitch chained up in the fucking barn that was from Russia. And they couldn't find anybody that spoke Russian. So they called her ass, and she went from Columbus to Zanesville and translated the shit. And basically what she told us was she had no idea how she got there. She didn't know she was in America. She didn't know anything. She was fucking, basically, she was getting fucked by all these people chained up in somebody's random barn in Zanesville.
Did they catch the person that was barn?
Hell yeah, they called him.
Bro, so they must have had her either really drugged up or like bagged so she couldn't see what
She
the
was
fuck was going
chained
on.
like this.
Well, that's what I'm saying. To get her to America, though, she had to have been either heavily drugged or bagged or something, shoved in a
Probably some
container.
type of fucking major big crime ring.
That is fucking,
They
isn't
say
it
that
insane?
shit really goes on, and we don't. And Ohio is really bad for it.
Well, yeah, they have all those signs at the airport about trafficking and shit because Ohio's like the airport or whatever is a big hub for planes to fly through and connecting flights and shit. So they have a lot of fucking trafficking when it comes to that.
Shit's sick.
Which, I mean, like, you would never think that shit goes on, though. You know what I mean? Like, in your mind, you're like, oh, no, that can never happen. You know what I mean?
That's
like
what I'm saying.
You
It's
see this shit on
crazy.
TV shows and whatever, and you're like, I would never see some shit like that go down or never hear, like, that's in the dark shit. But, like, it really be happening. Like, what would you be shocked as fuck if, like, you came to find out your neighbor was part of a sex trafficking ring or something?
I don't think it goes on as much in the city. I know it probably does go on, but like, think about all these rural fucking towns. Like, I think about that when I go to my parents' camper around Zanesville. There's so many barns out there in the middle of fucking nowhere. Who's to say there isn't some Russian immigrant chained up in the barn that's about to get fucked by Tim, Dick, and Harry over here for $20?
I hope they wasn't selling her for that cheap shit.
Probably not. You know what I'm saying?
But I mean, like, I get what you're saying because obviously where I grew up and everything, being out in the country and stuff, it is kind of weird because this is the thing that kills me. You can live in a small town for as long as I lived there for 13, 14 years, whatever, 15 years. And I tell you what, there are so many different side roads, back roads, country roads. You can discover a new street all the time. A place you never been down, a fucking area you never been to. And it's like you said, it's just cornfields, a house every now and then, a barn, whatever.
Yeah.
So people really could be hiding in shit like that, which is, it's kind of insane to think about. And I would hope, none of shit like that would happen. Like, but
it's insane to think about that people would be that sick in their mind to treat another human being like that. But I think some people just see it as a business, just like other fucked up shit like dog fighting and cockfighting. And, some people just want to bet on it. It's fucked up. But like, when I was living in South Carolina, like, cockfighting was a big thing, and so was dog fighting.
How did you feel about cockfighting?
I mean, it was going on all over where I was living.
I feel like I could bet on cockfighting. I don't think I could bet on dog fighting. That sounds fucked up
Dog
to say.
fighting was just as big. Like,
chicken fighting is
but
one.
But the thing is, when you
know
talk
what I'm
to
saying?
people down there, they're like, my dad said he's been to a cockfight. Like, it's that common down there. Like, it's not.
Well, yeah. I wonder if you just ever walk into a situation you don't expect to walk into it. Next thing you know, you had a cockfight.
It's probably true.
It would just be one of those things.
Just be doing it. I know dogfighting's just like that too.
Dogfighting's kind of fucked up.
It's fucked up. I know. Hell no. Cockfighting is fucked up too. I don't condone any of that. It's fucked up, but some people just like it, I guess. I don't know.
Do you think people get so addicted to gambling that they have to find new ways to gamble because the traditional gambling becomes
not really
boring?
when they're fucking legalizing it in every state. They just legalize it in the state of Ohio, sports betting.
Well, yeah, sports betting, but I'm sure like they get bored. Like if you have a gambling addiction, I feel like any other addiction, you eventually get bored of that and you try something else. Same thing like they say with weed, if obviously the classic school thing.
It's not wrong.
Oh, you're going to smoke weed and then it's going to lead to you doing other drugs or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But who doesn't say somebody, they be doing something and they're like, oh, I should do pills or something. I'm just not getting high off this anymore.
That's stupid.
So like what happens if that's how it goes with gamblers, They be gambling on sports or whatever and then they're like, man, this isn't enough. I need a rush. So they take to something else like cockfighting or dogfighting and then they get a new rush out of it.
I mean, that's a good take. I mean, it could happen.
People were fucked up, but I mean, what do you think the ratio, here's a good question. What do you think the ratio between like high up government official rich people be partaking in such things as sexual trafficking, illegal activities like that, cockfighting stuff, versus the like blue collar worker or something? Do you think?
Oh hell.
Do you think like every now and then? Do you think the ratio like higher up business people and rich people are the ones that be doing sex trafficking and shit, or do you think it's like the everyday average Joe?
I think they're in charge of it, but the average Joes are the one carrying it out for the right price.
I get what you're saying.
Bill Clinton is not keeping girls in his barn in Zanesville, Ohio.
Right.
He's keeping them in Billy Bob Thornton's, Billy Bob Joe Bob's fucking barn over here in McConnellsville, Ohio. That's his barn. But somebody's brother knows somebody. They gave him 50 racks, and he's like, fuck it, I'm broke. My teeth needs fixing. I gotta make a living somehow.
So that's what you think be going on?
Hell
The rich people mastermind it?
It's all like a big pyramid scheme, low key. Like somebody's at the top, but somebody's below them to where they can sweep it under the rug and not get caught doing the shit.
And they're just so high up that you can't touch them, basically?
Hell yeah, kind of like Jeffrey Epstein type shit.
Which is fucking insane. Did we ever even get a result out of the Elaine Maxwell trial? Like,
no,
I don't even remember.
Who knows? I
don't even remember hearing anything. It started in September, right?
It's probably going to go on forever.
I was going to say, has it ended or like, is it still going on? I couldn't even tell you that. But
I think that's a topic for another podcast. After we do some research, we could talk about that particular case.
I would be down with it. I mean, just illegal activities in general. Now, I'm going to sound stupid, but Big Crispy, the newspaper comes on Saturdays for whatever fucking reason. And I was like, damn, bro, like, I got to take a shit. So being the old person I was, I took the newspaper up to take a shit. And I was sitting there and I was like, man, I'm really getting old. If I've never thought about reading the newspaper while I was on the toilet. That's always like a dad thing to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You would never think to do it, but I was doing it because you know what the title on there was?
What?
Something about robbery suspects caught. And you know what I found out? Not only the golf course down the road, but the Birch Tavern, the bar we were just at,
shit.
got broken into and robbed.
Oh, fuck.
During the fucking night on February 10th. So that was a couple days ago.
It's like good old Nasty's done been broke into multiple times and they can't ever get into the safe.
Dumb idiots, bro. That's what kills me is you know what they stole from the golf course?
What?
$5 in quarters. That's what they said. That's what they said they recovered from the
Take that fucking money home. If I got a business, I ain't leaving no shit in there for somebody to steal. It's always some motherfucker that's pissed off that used to work there.
That's what you think it is?
Hell yeah.
But they were explaining how the people got caught, which was kind of interesting. An officer was responding to the alarm at the Birch Tavern getting broke into. And the officer, as he was going to the alarm, thought he saw the car that was caught on videotape at the golf course. So instead of responding to the alarm, he whipped a Yui and pulled over the car that he suspected to be the robbers from the videotape, and it ended up being them, and they had a bunch of stolen merchandise from the Birch Tavern in it. and he called him. That's how they got caught. And I was just thinking, like, damn, bro, like, why didn't I hear about this? I didn't, I live fucking not even 2 minutes down the road from the thing, and I didn't know it got broken into or some shit. But it just goes to show, no matter where you live, crime be taking place, because they did say the 2 men that were caught lived over there on the west side of Columbus.
Oh, of course they did.
And they've just been traveling out doing robberies all across Columbus. So they're getting mobile. They're not even sticking to their area anymore. Shit's crazy, man. You just gotta be watching out while you're out there. Lock your cars up and all that shit.
Lock your cars. Do what you gotta do. Make sure everybody, well, not everybody, but make sure there's a gun in your household. I think everybody should have a gun in their household. That's besides the point. I think tonight's gonna be a short podcast. I think we're gonna wrap this shit up.
It is pretty late, bro. We got a late start to this shit. But, it's another short and sweet episode this week, but we'll get back on track next weekend on that long episode. Look out once again. Oh, shout out to Columbus Distributing Company. Hopefully a future here sponsor coming up soon.
Oh, hell yeah.
We got to talk to Mr. Tony Columbini again and see what's going on. I would love Big Crispy would love, some Bud Light, hard seltzer sodas.
Also, be looking out for Dr. Dozer. Maybe a Big Crisp can post a teaser early this week.
I think I will. I might just post the whole episode at the beginning of Wednesday.
Oh, shit.
Be on the lookout for that, and then be on the lookout for the new vlog on Friday.
And go back and watch that where we vlogged the Special Olympic basketball game.
And the Super Bowl special.
Shit. We've been doing things. We staying consistent, coming at you with new content.
The weather's getting better, and we only starting for this summer, baby.
Just wait for all the skits and pranks we got coming for y'all in 2022.
Hey, that's all I got to say. You got anything else to tell the peoples?
I think the song of the day should be that Hank Hill.
Hank Hill? The Hank Hill thing?
Hank Hill
song. I'll insert that Hank Hill or whatever. It's like a Trap Hill or some shit.
Trap Hill.
I don't know. The link will be in the description. I'm going to play it. We didn't have time to load this because the vlog is uploading over there. Anyways, that does it for this week. We appreciate y'all so much. Thank you for listening. And we'll catch you next Friday.
Good night, babies.